And today I'm going to be sharing with you how to be successful when it comes to investment online. I know a lot of people fail in this aspect and they tend to not gain properly, or they tend not to harness the right method or the right way to earn passively or intentionally when it comes to investment, right? So today I'm just going to be breaking down some things, okay? Now, regardless you earning passively or intentionally when it comes to investment on the online space, which in quotes they call it Ponzi, or we call it Ponzi, right? Is one way is to be intentional in everything you do, right? And be calculated, be risk inclined. Do you understand? So, taking for example, I'm going to be using Coecarbon as an example. Now, we started on this platform 27 days ago, or I invested on this platform 27 days ago. Now, most times when we invest, all we think about is withdraw, 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 withdraw. No, you don't do things like that. And that is not how to grow while investing and be able to bag as much as profit as possible, especially on long term projects like this. Okay, I'm talking about CCP mine, which is a long term project. I'm talking about Coecarbon, which is a long term project. Do you understand? So many other projects that we a long term project that we have done on this channel. Okay, so now that being said, most times we just invest, we withdraw, 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 and at the end of the day, we make little profits. So, what I normally do or advise people is when you're coming into any project, first thing, go in early. Timing is everything in any project, right? Over the years, I've invested, I've made massive profit. Sometimes if I don't enter early, I only get back my capital. But one thing I want you guys to always secure is your capital. There are times, there are some foolish projects that we venture into that we don't even get our capital, or we get half of our capital and no single profit, or sometimes we get our capital and probably 50% of our 50% profits, right? But one thing I want us to always secure is our capital, and we must be timed. We must come in at the accurate time. We must be time efficient. We must be time accurate. And we must be intentional. So when I got started, I launched two investment plan, which I went for this and I went for this. And this made me to earn 1008 every single day. Now, have it in mind, we are looking at a long list of investment plan going as high as up to 3 million naira, 60,000 naira. Now, we are not saying you can't invest this amount. I can't say or tell you that you can't deposit 3 million naira on this platform. No, I can't tell you that. It depends on your pocket, it depends on how you are strategizing yourself. Now have it in mind, all these packages, they only allow you to buy one time. Now, how do you grow on this kind of project since it's a long-term project, and how do you make good profits intentionally? Now, what you do is you must be strategic. Each of them have a date or a range of days it will last, or the plan will expire. Now, just calculate it. It's very simple. You could see the first one, which is the minimum is 17,000 naira, right? It lasts for 30 days, right? The following one lasts for 45 days, the next one lasts for 60 days, the next one lasts for 90 days. Now, how do you strategize yourself? You must be calculative. Now, each of this plan has maximum amount, right? So now 17k will give you a total of 24,000. That includes the capital and the profit. Okay, so if you remove 17,000 naira from you remove 17,000 naira from 24,000 naira, let's just say a whooping of 7,000 naira was your profit, right? Now you got 24,000. Taking for example, now I invested 17,000 naira. have it in mind, if at the end of 30 days I'm getting 24,000, definitely, since this package can only occur once, or you can only buy once, have it in mind, when you want to now buy the next package, you will be stuck. You have to redeposit. Now, what do I do to avoid all this kind of chaos? Most times I tend to look at their plans and look at how it is. So now, if I'm to do this kind of plan, I won't go for only one plan. That is why initially when I got started, I bought this one and this. And look at it, at the end of what, 45 days. Remember, the first one is 30 days, this one is 45 days. Now I'm earning 1,800 naira every day. Let me make it more cleaner, right? So now, the minimum, I bought this one, right, 17k. I bought this one, 28,000. Now my daily earnings is what, total of 1,800 every single day, right? 1,008. And remember, I can only buy this plan once. Now also remember that my total revenue here, including the capital, is 24 for the first one, and this one is 45. So if I add both of them together, that is 45 plus 24, that is about 69,000. And have it in mind, our next target here is to buy this 50,000 naira plan, right? Is to buy this 50,000 naira plan. So now have it in mind, your aim is not to withdraw. No, you don't need withdrawal for the next 45 days of that project, since it's still fresh. All your target is to just buy these two first plans, right? Or buy the three together. You buy this exactly the same day. Look at the strategy I'm trying to draw here. So now, since I invested these two initially, the 17,000 and the 28,000, and my gain for the next, or my total amount that will be received after 45 days will be what, 69,000 naira. Okay, 69,000 naira in 45 days. Now, if I'm to, after 45 days, I'm going to subtract or invest and buy what, this 50k plan. Now, if I remove 50,000 naira from 69,000 naira, right, I'll be left with 19,000 naira. So as it's where I've indirectly and intentionally played correctly. So now, if after 45 days I got 69,000 naira, right, then I bought this next package here, 50k, and I start another 60 days journey, right? Then have it in mind that I will have 19,000 naira left. Then I can now withdraw the 19,000 naira. Okay, so for the another 60 days, I'm going to be having a total of what? A total of 81,000 naira. Do you understand? 81,000 naira. Remember, I had a total of what? 69,000. But what I normally do most times is, since I've not placed any withdrawal in the first 45 days, I majorly tell my community member to withdraw after that 45 days and buy one more package. So I'm going to be withdrawing 19,000 naira, right? They remove their charges and they send the rest to me. Then the 50,000 naira, I purchase this particular package. So in the next 60 days, I'll have a total of what? 81,000 naira. That will allow me to buy this one. Then after then, I will now start withdrawing just to get my capital out. Remember, I've withdrawn 19,000 and subtracting their withdrawal fee and all that, right? So once I get this, after I've waited for 45 days on this end, I withdraw 19,000, and the total plus capital and profit is 69,000. And for those two packages I explained earlier, I withdraw 19,000. I now invest this 50,000 naira plan, and I wait for another 60 days. Okay, while generating this, I wait and purchase this 80,000 naira. Now, a lot of people say, how sure is this platform going to last for another 60 days, which is equivalent to another extra 2 months? Now, good question. I know a lot of you ask. Now, most times, right, or let me say at a 90% rate, most of these long time projects, they last averagely, I repeat, they last averagely 5 months, and on a stretch they last 7 to 8 months. Most of these long time projects that I promote, okay, it's only the short time projects that don't stay up to 5 months. They stay from about 3 months for all those short, even some bad short time investment projects stays for minimum of just 1 month. That is how bad some projects can be. But everything needs to be time and accurate. And if you know that you don't have, what I know, another strategy. Now we know that, let me finish this one first. So now then you start earning. But the question I said before, how sure are you that after the first 45 days, how sure are you that they're going to last for another 60 days? I've explained that depending on the kind of project, long time projects are recurring. But for you to stay safe and secure your capital out, then what I tell people most times is, when you're coming into any project, it's advisable to go in big. Okay, go in what? Big. Now if we are coming into this platform for the first time, I will naturally advise you to go for any of these two plans, which is the 250,000 naira, 255,000 naira package, or the 128,000 naira plan. Now, why do I say this? Look at this carefully. If you go into these two plans, which is this one, the 128,000 naira plan, or the 255,000 naira plan. Now I'm going to break them very carefully so you understand what I'm trying to drive at here now. So this 128,000 naira, let me take that first. So taking for example 27 days ago, right, you started with me with the 128,000 naira plan. Okay, now have it in mind, you're going to be earning about 2,000 naira every day, 2,580 naira for the next 120 days. Now 120 days, right, we have 30 days in a month, right? So that is equivalent to 4 months. Now in 4 months time space, you have 309,000 naira. Now what is the trick there, and how do you target and intentionally make massive profits and get out your capital as fast as possible? How do you do this? Once you get started in this, just have it in mind, for the next 30 days, remember it's 4 months, that's 120 days, right? So now for the first 1 month, which you're going to be earning 2,580 naira, so for the first 1 month you are going to have gotten about 77,400 without withdrawal. Remember, for every withdrawal you place, there's always going to be a charge. Hope you know that and hope you understand that. So now for the first 30 days, would have gotten 77,400. So what I advise people to do in this kind of strategy is that once you're earning and you hit any minimum package amount, purchase it. That is why I always intentionally tell people, when you're coming into any project, go in big and go in loud. Do you understand? Go in huge. Now I know of a person that purchased about 5 plans on a stretch. The person spent about 500 plus. He bought the 17 package, he bought the 28,000 naira package, he bought the 50,000 naira package, he bought the 80,000 naira package, and he bought the 128,000 naira package on a go. He spent about 500. I think then he also bought the 255,000 naira package as well. I think so. So that made it everything to be about 500 and something thousand. So now, to cut all this long story short, in 30 days, right, it's going to, this 128,000 naira is going to generate 77,000 naira for you. So that can as well purchase this 50k package and this package simultaneously. 77,000 naira, you can purchase this 50k package and this 28,000. Once you've purchased that, it will now increase your daily earnings. Instead of you only just earning 2,580 naira per day, you've already you've spent 30 days, which generated 77,000 naira for you, right? So now if you purchase this 50k package and this 28,000 naira, so you're adding additional, or you're going to be having additional 2,350,000 naira and 2,350 naira. So if you're adding 2,350,000 50 naira to your 2,580 naira, remember your earnings initially for the 128 is what, 2,580 naira. Now, if you add with your 77,000 naira after 30 days, you're going to be earning an additional you're earning, if you add those two plans, you're going to be having 2,350 naira. So if you add these two together, so you're definitely going to be earning 4,930 naira. And have it in mind, 4,930 naira. Each of this plan, the 50k plan and the 28,000 naira plan, have an average of 30 days. Okay. Remember, we've used, out of 120 days, we've used 1 month. We have 3 months left, right? Now, we are not looking, or after the 4 months plan, we are looking at how to increase our earning, and as well targets and intentionally get our capital and make massive profits. So now we've exceeded 1 month out of 4 months, which is our initial capital of 128,000 naira. Now we are earning 4,930 naira, right, per day for the another next 30 days. So if I'm to multiply that by 30, you are having a whooping of 147,900 in the second month. You can see how fast and strategic and intentional it is. Our first month we earned 77,400, and when you use that 77,000 without withdrawal, you use it to purchase these two plans, right? Then in our second month, which is another 30 days, we've made 147,900. Then you can now, as at that time, withdraw your capital out, your total money out. You can be strategic, because we know that every first of the month there's always free withdrawals. So you can time yourself that, okay, well, my target is to, the next month, the first of the next month, or the first day of the next following month, I'm going to be withdrawing everything. That is for the second month. Do you understand the strategy? This is how you need to be intentional, and this is how you have to get out your capital, and this is how you make massive profit from any investment. Start huge and get the best benefit. This is the strategy I've been following for a very long time, and this strategy works very, very well every time you come across any long time project. But if you apply this in short time project, you might not get good results. But this only applies only when you come across long time projects. Do you understand? So please do not apply this strategy when you're doing short time projects. This is for only long time projects, and it works very well. So please, if you want to know or understand how to apply good strategy on short time projects, which I don't do regularly, right, just send me a message and I'm going to be explaining the strategy to use. Okay. And let me just explain for the other part. And if you're going to be going for the 255,000 naira plan, which is for the same 120 days, right, 255,000, so you're going to be earning 4,500. And remember, 4,500 for the first 30 days, that is 135,000. And now you can now automatically invest on this. Since you invested this, right, and your first 30 days gives you about 135, you can buy this, and you're going to be having, if I'm to subtract 135 from 128, you're going to be having a balance of 7,000 naira. So you can decide to just withdraw the 7,000 naira and use it to do a good subscription for yourself, right, on one side, or just send it to one account that you don't use regularly. Now remember, for every investment we do, our optimum here is to get our capital out, and as well to have a saving plan, okay, whereby you channel your money, a certain percentage of money, maybe 5,000 naira every week, or every or 20,000 naira every month, to a a probably piggyvest or any of these good strategic platforms that gives you good return annually, right? It is very, very important. This is one of the benefits of working with cryptos exchange. So using this strategy there, you've bought this second plan, so you're going to be earning not just only 4,005 for another 30 days. You're going to be earning 4,005 plus 2,580 naira. That is a whooping of 7,800. Remember, you've spent your first 30 days already. This is a strategy I'm showing you, and it's important you apply it when you're talking about long-term investment. This will allow you to make massive profits, and it will help you to secure your capital out very, very fast. So now you're going to be earning, for the second month, you're going to be earning 7,080 naira for the next 30 days. Now that will, for the next 30 days, that will give you 212,400. Remember, your total capital here is what, 255,000 naira. Now have it in mind that, remember, you repurchase with the first 30 days earnings, right, to buy another plan. Okay, I remember it's a long time project, so we are looking at averagely 5 months. So we've used our first 30 days, and our second 30 days will give us about 212. That is 7,080 naira times 30 days. That is 212. Then when you end this, you just take it out once. So now remember, your initial capital was 255,000 naira, and you made another additional 214,000 or so, right? So if you subtract it from that, you will have only just 41,000 naira left as your initial capital. So your target is maybe within 2 weeks, within 3 weeks, or less than 3 weeks, your 41,000 naira and your total capital has been secured in the third month. So we are talking about first 3 months of every long time project. That is when you must be intentional and you must be active in a long time project, so that you can earn massively, and you can be profitable massively, and as well secure your capital in long term projects. So this strategy works 90 to 95% on all long-term projects. Okay, so apply this on Coecarbon and you will thank me later, guys. This is day 27 of my investment on Coecarbon, and I'm going to be adding one more plan or 2 more plan in very few days from now. So stay tuned, follow me, and let's make money. Remember, I only show you things on technology, how to make money online, hacks and tips on how to be financially free. So this is basically everything you need to know. Please share, like, subscribe, and let us grow from just 2,000 subscribers to about 5,000 subscribers from now until the ending of August. Love you guys. I Crypto Exchange. God bless you.